Welcome and good evening to Omnibroslive. I am Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, joined by the uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. Omar, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. How's everybody doing tonight?
I am doing fine. I'm a little well, I got too much sleep. I've had too much sleep, so I'm still groggy from too much sleep because, according to Tom King, I have early Alzheimer's, apparently.
Yeah, but you know, at least Tom King acknowledges the fact that you're alive, so Alzheimer's and all that, it balances out. It's fine. It's fine.
He did acknowledge me, so...
Yeah, that's a lot more than, most people get.
Yeah, and I'll acknowledge InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an Omnibroslive discount code. Over $50 in an order in the United States, you get free shipping. And there's Geo from A Week in Geekdom, just in time to hear about fabulous packaging, fabulous customer service. Hey. That's InStockTrades.com. Meet George Jetson.
That's wonderful.
His boy Elroy.
What kind of medication are you on?
I obviously
life. You are.
I already obviously need more.
You are high on life, my friend.
Right on.
All right, In Stock Trades. That's where I happen to get most of my hauls this week. And then I'll talk about some reads. One that I know you've read, so I'm really curious to see what you thought of the book. So actually, I got this from In Stock Trades. This is the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus. I'm going to be doing an overview sometime tomorrow on my channel, unless Jess beats me to it.
No, I will not beat you to that one. I didn't order that. I'm sticking with my oversized hardcovers.
Well, watch my overview, and then I'll talk you into buying this and dumping those.
That's a pretty thick book, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not that bad, honestly. I've seen thicker.
That's
this is I've never heard that, by the way. Let's see. How many pages is this? Definitely less than 1,000. It looks like. Looks like they took the first 3 Best of Spider-Man and took out all the Peter Jenkins or Paul Jenkins stuff. So yeah, you've got about issues 30 to 58, and then 500 to 514. So
I like that cover. It's cool looking.
Yeah, this is the Amazing Spider-Man 500 cover by this guy. I don't know if you guys have heard of this dude. Scott Campbell. Anybody?
No. That's right. He did my statues right here.
That's right. Those statues are pretty rare, my friend. And then one of my subscribers from the show found this for me because this is out of print now. So Tom, thank you. This is the Silver Surfer Infinity Gauntlet out of print epic. I just did a video on out of print epics, and this is one of them. So there's a lot more. Looks like they're going. I don't know what it is within the recent months, but it seems like everybody has just recently heard about these epics. So people are going out there and buying them all up. I don't know why, but just in the recent months, like bam, 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 things have going from, mainly looking at Amazon's like, yeah, we'll ship it in a week. Now it's like a month or two. Then it's like unavailable. So that's usually a bad sign. But I have a feeling that a lot of these will come back into print soon, especially a lot of those volume 1s. What about you, Jess? Did you haul anything?
Yeah. I hauled quite a bit.
All right. Show and tell, my friend.
I hauled... I did something quite remarkable for me. I got a couple of hauls from our buddy Kyle, and not only did I haul, but I read them, reviewed them. I read them, reviewed them, and filed them away. So nice. I don't have them in front of me.
What?
I don't. I already put them away. So let's see. One of them was Bone Parish, which was I'm pulling up the JPEGs that I already put for the little thumbnail. I don't have it in front of me.
And Alzheimer's is kicking in, and it's a bitch.
I filed it away. It's put in a shelf somewhere. So.
Okay.
I filed away Bone Parish, which Kyle was nice enough to send me, which is great. It's about, I think I with Gio and Kristan. I talked about it on Thursday's show, so I don't want to go over it again too much. But this is where they have a new drug on the streets of New Orleans. It's called Ash. It's from the bones of the dead. And one family's got an ironclad lock on the distribution of this because they create the drug and they get it from dead poets and witch doctors and princesses and queens and voodoo queens and stuff. And when you snort it, you not only get high, but you relive through hallucinations that person's life. And it was a great book. It's book 1 by Cullen Bunn, Bone Parish. It's really good. I also read My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies by Ed Brubaker, which, of course, is fabulous. I feel like I already talked about this. Maybe I remember Cycle Cleveland jamming me up about it, so I know I already talked about it.
You did.
Yeah,
I remember that. I wasn't in that episode, but the chat.
Okay. Jessica Jones' Purple Daughter.
You talked about that too, because I had read that too. That's the Kelly Thompson stuff, right?
Yeah, Gideon Falls book 2. Did I talk about that? I know we talked about Witch Hammer.
We talked about Witch Hammer, and we talked about the High Crimes.
High Crimes. I read Gideon Falls 2.
Was that as good as Volume 1? I haven't read it yet, but I was gonna.
Gideon Falls 2 wasn't as thick. It wasn't as thick as Gideon Falls 1, but it was just as epic and exciting and crazy as Gideon Falls 1. It was another one where you have to sort of let it wash over you and just keep reading, and pieces fall into place as you keep reading. Because it definitely, if you try and figure out everything as you're going along, you're going to get lost. But if you just keep reading, things fall into place as you read, and there's full of a lot of ahas as you go through it, and it leaves on it drops off on a pretty big cliffhanger. And I can't wait to read Volume 3. But
okay, how long do you think it will go?
At this point, with all the characters that he's introduced and all the plot points, I think it's going to be at least 4 books. I don't see how he's going to wrap this up in 3 books.
Okay, cool.
Quite frankly.
What else did you read? You read a lot, my friend.
I did. Let's see. Let me pull up my channel to see what I reviewed. Let's see. I already talked about Rose. Did I tell you I read A Walk Through Hell?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
You did not.
I read A Walk Through Hell, and we talked about High Crimes. I read A Walk Through Hell. That was a book that our buddy Kyle sent us. A Walk Through Hell is by Garth Ennis, and it involves 2 FBI investigators that show up at a warehouse where a SWAT team has already gone in and come out, and they're totally changed. They end up killing each other, the SWAT team. Nobody else wants to go in there. It's apparently an entrance to hell, everybody thinks. These 2 FBI investigators go in there, and while they're in there, through flashbacks, they go over their last case, which was trying to solve a pedophile's pedophilia case where this child molester was snatching up children and recruiting local pedophiles to not only help him, but the local child molesters would kill themselves right after they helped him. And one of the and I don't want to spoil it, this is as far as I'll go, but one of the pedophiles names the guy. The guy comes in with a lawyer. They don't have anything on him, and so it sort of begins an existential crisis for one of the FBI agents. They want to nab him. They know he did it, and they they go into this warehouse and start experiencing all these hellish nightmares. They're determined to get out of there, but they don't have any pulse. They pass out, wake up. Neither one of them, a man or woman, neither one of them have a pulse. They said, "Are we dead? Are we in hell?" Their guns still shoot. They encounter some really remarkable, unbelievable Garth Ennis-y type of stuff of two other FBI agents that had gone in there before them. And you can't really decide what's real and not real. And it ends on a big cliffhanger too. And so you got to wait for volume 2 that's coming out in freaking October or something. But it's great. A Walk Through Hell by Garth Ennis. And it's got fantastic art by a guy whose name I can't pronounce. But it's...
Oh, you don't get to try. Okay.
Nope. Not even gonna try. It's by
I didn't know that was a goddamn option. Oh, okay.
It's by Rorschach Thanos. I don't know who it's by. It's by that Goran guy, I think.
Maddie's actually reading that one for our channel. She's going to review it, so I'm excited to see what she says.
Oh,
yeah, because she, I don't think she has read much Garth Ennis stuff, because I chose this Garth Ennis book to read for our channel, and it's The Platoon. Have you guys read this?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh man, so good. How is this not a hardcover? How is this not an oversized hardcover?
Wait, who's the artist in that?
Oh, you want me to pronounce it?
Well, just give me a try.
Goran Parlov?
Yeah, I think that's
the same guy that did.
I think it's the same guy who did A Walk Through Hell.
Well, I dig his art. It reminds me a lot of Eduardo Rizzo. Not as much shadows, right? Not a lot of use of shadows and contrast, but I think, damn, just as good.
I think that's who did A Walk Through Hells. I'm not sure because I already filed it away.
Okay. Do you remember this book then?
Oh, I remember it well. Yeah, those guys sitting around the table telling stories of Frank Castle in Vietnam. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes, that's how it. Okay, so that's how it begins, right? So it is a flashback to the Vietnam years, and it's Max. So you know what Garth Ennis can do with that. Have a lot of fun, be gruesome as fuck with it. So yes, this is awesome. I remember there's a scene in here that I was like, oh my God, this is straight out of Rambo. Oh, so right here is when he gets the gun. He's up there just blowing everybody away. I was like, this is awesome. So you've read Born, right?
Punisher Born?
Yeah.
A long time ago, yeah.
So it's not as... How would I describe it? Born is really deep, right? Because it has a lot of layers because of the way that it is written and what it's supposed to mean. This is just mostly straight up action, but just really good characters is what I really like. I liked all the guys on Frank's team, and it's just good to go back, right? And I always wonder, how long can we play this game of Vietnam, right? This takes place in 1968. So this has to be an alternate world because Frank would be like, holy shit, really old.
Yeah.
And probably have Alzheimer's. So
like Tom King thinks I do.
Right. That's why I went there. But yes, I highly recommend this book. And so was this never released in hardcover?
I've only known it in trade paperback.
Yeah, so this collects all 6 issues of the Platoon.
Yeah.
And I love this dude's artwork. I think it's solid and badass.
Well,
so I recommend this book too.
Yeah, thank you, River, for saying, hey, fellas, love the show. Thank you, River. And let me give a shout out to Bat Force Radio for mentioning my name. I don't know if they got it from this show or from my own channel, but they mentioned Omnidog to Tom King. They said that, well, they said that I was in my mid-60s, which is a slur. I'm only 60, but I will forgive that. But they said I've been reading comic books for over 50 years, which is true, and that Tom King's Batman, which is my favorite Batman so far, which is also true. And Tom King says, well, he's obviously got early Alzheimer's because Frank Miller's Batman, and everybody on the show laughed, and even I laughed at that. And so I appreciate the fact that Bat Force Radio, the podcast, brought up my name. Thank you to Bat Force Radio podcast. That was cool to be mentioned to Tom King. And I will say that I love Tom King's Batman, Scott Snyder's Batman has stood the test of time as a longer run. Tom King's does need to go on a little longer to have the impact that Scott Snyder's run has. And Frank Miller, there's no doubt in my mind that he changed comics with Dark Knight Returns. But as far as Batman's concerned, that's all he's done. That's a big thing. He changed comics with it. Yes, I totally agree. He absolutely did. But his follow-ups to that were nowhere near as good as the continual great story that Scott Snyder told, or the continuous, 4 volumes that Tom King has told. Is anything as good as Dark Knight Returns? No, that's one of the greatest books ever written.
Batman Year 2. But go ahead. Go ahead.
You've got early Alzheimer's.
I am an apologist for Batman Year 2.
You are. Yeah, that's cool.
I love that book.
Okay, and Tom, okay, right. You're right. Batman Year 1. Frank Miller also did. Yeah, that's awesome. He also did Santa Claus Wanted, Dead or Alive, or whatever else. There's a whole book of...
the Batman story that he turned into something else.
Yeah. Dark Knight Returns. Yeah. Okay, so, yes, Frank Miller's awesome, but
How did you forget I'm the goddamn Batman? Like, that's the greatest Batman story ever. Like, that's writing at its finest.
What are you, a retard? I'm the goddamn Batman. Retard.
I was just waiting for All-Star. I was waiting for All-Star Booster Gold to show up. Like, I'm the goddamn All-Star Booster Gold.
Don't anybody get mad at me. I'm quoting Frank Miller from that. So
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I think, isn't Tom King close to or surpassed already the amount of issues that Scott Snyder had written? Because I know you're counting Black Mirror, I assume, right, where he kicked it off, and then Dick Grayson, and then he did 52 issues of course, New 52.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tom King's issue 60 now? 60
okay,
something?
maybe, yeah.
So you might get what you want, my man.
Okay, good. I just haven't caught up with Tom King the way I've caught up with Scott Snyder. I've read all of Scott Snyder, and since I'm a trade waiter, I haven't caught up with Tom King.
So speaking of trade waiting, this is a very important question. You have all the, I assume, hardcovers or trade paperbacks or do you have the absolutes for Snyder's run?
I have the standard hardcovers.
Are you going to trade those in to get that omnibus?
No, I am not.
Really? Why is that? Do you not like Greg Capullo's artwork? I feel like I'm talking to my kids. Do you not love Poppy more than you love your mother? No, seriously. What is your reasoning?
First of all, I'm not convinced that DC's going to finish out that omnibus run. If they do, then I will consider it. I'm not going to give up my hardcovers for an omnibus that is not. I want to see all 3 or 2 or 3 omnis completed.
As your friend, right? As your friend, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy 2 copies of Volume 1. When Volume 1 goes out of print, right before they announce Volume 2 to complete it, I will be happy to sell one at you for 3 times the price.
What a pal!
It's the least I could do, man. And then give you shit like, see, you dumb bitch, you should have gotten up Volume 1. Now you can want Volume 2, and it's out of print. So
there is that possibility.
There's absolutely that possibility with DC.
Yeah, well, you're right. You are 100% right. I just don't. DC's track record, I'm not convinced they're going to release the rest of the volumes, the rest of the Omnis. I'm not convinced they're going to release the rest of American Vampire in Omnis.
Well, they need to finish that run first before the second Omni comes out.
Well, whatever. I've got all the American Vampire standard hardcovers, and I'm happy with those. That it doesn't bother me that it's not finished. I jump on the Omnis even though it's not finished, because a lot of the stories are complete as they are. It's not like they end on cliffhangers. But I want to see DC follow through on more than just one Omni for something.
I think it's kind of hard for me because like I want to upgrade, right? But unlike you, I really do think they will follow through. This is Scott Snyder. This is Batman. It's going to sell. Just like Grant Morrison, Batman. You throw those names out there, they're going to sell. They may not come out as fast as we want them to. The only thing that's keeping me from getting it is they're leaving out the annuals, right? And I don't like when stories do that because the annuals were collected in those trades, or I'm sorry, in those hardcovers and trades. Granted, Snyder didn't write them, but as a completist, I feel like I'm being cheated. I'm being cheated out of money because they're leaving out that stuff, and I hate when they do that. I'm not a big fan of. I like chronological order collections. I don't like creator-centric collections. So, anyway, I just had that was my quick question, man. Gio, what about you? What are you gonna get it, or did you already have the Scott Snyder stuff?
The main reason for me not upgrading is that I have a hard time selling books, and so I don't bother. I'm good with the trades. I got the 10 trades with me, so I'll keep those. I think maybe I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
I didn't upgrade my Aquaman New 52. You did, right? Nothing's out of print now.
Yeah, it's out of print. I don't know.
I think it went out of print. It went out of stock for a long time, and then I think eventually they said, "Oh yeah, we don't have any more."
Yeah. Well, with Aquaman, I had most of it, and I was able to sucker someone in to get it from me, so I was able to buy the Omnibus. But with Batman, I don't know.
Oh no, it's back in print.
Maybe
I'm a liar. Back in print.
I'll try and sell it, and if not, hey, I'm okay with the trades. But yeah, I would like to get the Omnibus. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to sell the trades.
Okay.
It's harder where you are to sell books than where we are.
No. It's just I don't know a lot of people that would buy comic books, and if I do, they're more into singles. For some reason, everybody here is into single culture. And I don't see a lot of people going after omnibuses or absolutes. I'm probably the only freak that does that. And all the big collected editions, everybody's just worried about, or all the stores actually, all they get is single issues, all the comic book shops, and they don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they don't promote collected editions over here. I don't know why.
I'll tell you what you do, Gio. You buy you a food truck, right?
Yeah.
You gut it, and then you start selling collected editions, like on the streets. Park it purposely right across the street from a comic book shops, right? So when people get out, you're like, "Hey, come here, man. Let me show." I can't even keep a straight face.
Yeah.
Never mind. Got to introduce the people, man. Somebody's got to do it. Got to be the martyr.
Yep.
Show those people there's a cheaper way to collect.
That's probably it.
Looks nicer on a bookshelf. All right, Jess and Gio. I know Jess has read this. Gio, have you read this?
Nope, I have not.
Okay. I was going to talk about it on my channel. Jess said he is going on about it on his channel. This is Spire by Simon Spurrier. Right, Jess? Spurrier?
Correct.
All right. And the artist, Jeff Stokely. Man. So I remember when I got this, Jess was like, "Oh, you're going to love that book. It's one of my favorite books of 2016, I think is what you said. Or 2017?
2017, I think, yeah.
Okay. And I had never read it. I've read like his stuff when he did X-Men Legion, right? And what really drew me into this was the phenomenal artwork. Now, Gio could probably... This reminds me a lot of like Miyazaki stuff. The stuff from his manga, Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. That's what this reminds me of. And throw in some Mobius in here. And man... And he can draw some action-packed scenes too. Oh, it's a solid book just for the art alone. The story, as I'm reading this, I got to chapter 4, and I'm like, why the hell does Jess like this book? Because no, I'm not saying it's bad, but it reads like a manga. Like it's one of the most manga-ish. I'm just making up bullshit words. It's one of the most manga-like books I've read in a long time. The pacing of the story and the characters and even the dialogue, this almost kind of made up dialogue that it has. But yeah, I was gonna review it on my channel. I wanted to talk to Jess a little bit about it though. Do you remember what it was about this story, Jess, or the art that you were just like, man, this is amazing?
It was the world building that I liked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved the whole world that he built and how it was fleshed out. I loved the characters and where he took them all. It was just, I thought it was just amazing. I don't know manga, so I can't compare it to any manga, obviously. I think I've read 2 manga in my life, so I don't know.
It's time to change that, my friend.
Well, apparently I've read 3 because Aspired seems like it counts like a manga to you.
No, it doesn't count. I'm not letting you get away with that.
But yeah, the world building was what I thought was amazing. Just dropping, creation of this entirely new world with all the different elements in it was just mind-bogglingly cool. And what he did with it, I loved that book.
Yeah. I fell in love with it too, so I can't wait to talk about it in just a little bit of detail because we do spoiler-free reviews. But I think it's definitely worth to check it out.
Is that book related?
What's that?
Sorry, is that book related to the other one that the same writer wrote? I forgot the name.
What is it? The Gorilla?
No. He did another one that's very similar looking to the Spire. I forgot the name.
Jess, any idea?
Yeah, I think
it has a dude with a mask.
Dude with a mask.
Let me check online.
Okay.
Coda.
Yeah, no, Coda's different. Coda's also a fantasy, but it's different.
That book.
That's awesome. Great book.
They look sort of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coda's more of a. It's got, I think, more of an anime-ish look to it. Look, Jess is reading manga without him realizing he's reading manga.
And I'm reading anime.
I can't wait till Simon Spurrier reveals that he's actually Akira Yoshida.
Yeah, Coda is also great.
All right. What are we talking about today besides our hauls and reads?
We haven't talked about my haul.
You're still hauling?
Oh my god.
I just talked about reads. I haven't talked about any hauls.
Okay, sorry.
All right, go ahead. Haul away, man.
I started reading The Magic Order by everybody's favorite author, Mark Millar. But the art
not by everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that sarcastically because everybody hates him, I think. Fabulous art by I don't know how do you pronounce his name, Oliver Coipel.
Yeah, sure.
It's really remarkable art, and someone's killing the famous magicians of the world who are working to keep the world
like David Blaine and David Copperfield?
Yeah, those guys. And Chris Angel.
Chris Angel? If he dies in the first page, I'm in.
The art is great, though. And actually, it's a really good story so far, but I just bought it, so I just started it. And interestingly enough, it says Netflix down here, so perhaps they're going to make something of it. Movie-wise, I picked up Man-Eaters by Chelsea Cain. Don't know anything about it, but it's supposed to be awesome. Girl turns into a cat. Mutation in toxoplasmosis causes menstruating women to turn into ferocious killer wildcats.
So they had you hooked with that first line.
Oh, yeah. Menstruation. Beauty Volume 5. I love this series. Beauty Volume 5 with the STD that makes you beautiful. There's a theme running through these books. Lady Mechanica Volume 5.
I thought you were getting the hardcovers.
I will upgrade these when the hardcovers come out. I have all the other hardcovers, but I wanted to read this.
Gotcha.
Because I love them so much. Ooh, pencils by Joe Benitez. Excellent.
He always does the pencils, doesn't he?
I think he's farmed them out, some of them. He's even farmed out the writing, but this one he's part of the story and he's part of the drawing too, which is good. Because I think the 3 and 4 he may have farmed out the writing. Quantum Age, which is Jeff Lemire, part of the Black Hammer world.
That's the third book, right? I didn't know that. I forgot that was out.
Yeah, it's set 100 years in the future, and it's actually pretty thick. So I'm looking forward to this. Kyle sent me Black Order, which I know nothing about, but I know Gio must be excited about this because Gio loves the Black Order. It's all about Thanos' buddies, the Black Order. And then I consulted Gio heavily on Dark Knight's Metal, and I got Dark Knight's Metal Resistance, which is trade paperback. Dark Knight's Metal, Dark Knight's Rising, which is standard hardcover.
Yeah.
Dark Knight's The Road to Metal, which is standard hardcover. And then Dark Knight's Metal, the deluxe hardcover, which is 3 different formats. And if that's not bad enough, IST was out of the Justice League Dark Knight's Metal book, so I had to get that digitally. So I've got it in 4 different formats. So
you know that's all going to be in the Omnibus, right? It was just announced this morning. The Omnibus is just announced. Comes out next week. It comes out next week.
We're taking the hit for everybody else. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anything else in that haul?
No. And yeah, when we said IQ, it's the 3rd book in the Dr. Starr Sherlock Frankenstein spin-off series, not the 3rd book in Black Hammer. We meant in the spin-off series. Yeah, I need to acknowledge Nash Villains for picking me up on Free Comic Book Day, the Black Hammer free comic, the Sheets free comic, Deadly Class free comic, the Goon free comic, and my favorite thing is Monsters free comic. Thank you, Nash Villains.
That is
also known as Wrath. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm done.
Omar left for a second.
I'm done. Okay.
Well, I didn't haul anything. I've been reading some Aquaman Rebirth because I'm going to do a video on it.
Oh, good.
And that's pretty much it. But I didn't haul anything. I did haul something, but it hasn't arrived. So eventually I'll show it off.
Okay. Cool.
You did say Nash Villains, and I forgot I had this from him. He sent me this. He found me X-Men Ghosts, the pre-epic epic.
That's like a $200 book.
He found it for me at a comic book shop. So this collects issues 199 to 209, right? In annual number 10, setting up that Mutant Massacre omnibus. So hopefully, I'm sure that will be collected in the next. Well, I don't know about the next omnibus. I have a feeling that there's going to be 2 more Omnis between Uncanny X-Men 3 and X-Men Mutant Massacre. Because they know fools will buy it, like myself.
Sure.
Omar's out so Gio can finally talk. Gio, actually, why don't you do you want to do the previews, man?
Oh, no. My internet looks like shit.
Okay, how about I show it and you talk about it?
Okay. Seriously,
okay.
if you stream it,
you are purposely breaking up.
So that's why
I'm purposely breaking up.
He's talking like this so we don't get him up.
Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. You guys ready?
Yep. Okay, I isolated you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You've been isolated.
And now to share my screen.
You need a good isolating, boy.
I gotta close my folder called "Steal All Ideas from Just Bragg." Things to do. All right. Here we go.
Okay, and let me pull up the. What was that trick you guys taught me about?
Command 4. Or no, Command F.
I don't have an F.
You don't have an F on your keyboard.
Wait, there's a way for
you
me
to have an F on your keyboard.
You don't have an F on your. Listen to the words I am saying, Jess. You don't
No,
have
there's
the letter F.
Oh, Command F. Command
So
F.
the
Oh yeah.
command button.
Okay, I did Command F. Now what do I do?
Now you can search for
Put
50.
what? 50?
Yeah.
You just write.
Or 5. Put 5. I think
5. 50.
Mm-hmm.
5. Oh wait, 5. Okay. Well, now it's highlighting the 25s. How about 0.5? That's
2.5. 0.5.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about these Geo.
There we go.
What am I looking at here? Bitter root.
I have no idea what bitter root is, but it sounds bitter.
I think
somebody's told us about that.
Louisa told us about that.
Okay.
Digs it. Then we have 19. I remember doing this on my channel. I think that's 1975. I didn't double check to see if I was right. Anybody good with Roman numerals? Is that 1975?
Let me check.
Let's see. 1950, 60, 75. Yep.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Ready?
Outer Darkness. This is the co-creator of Chew, John Layman, with the artist Afu Chan. Outpost Zero, Volume 2. I've got the first one. I need to read it if that comes out next week. Rat Queens, which I'll be getting in hardcover. And Spawn Kills Everyone. Then we have Dark Horse. We have a lot from Dark Horse.
Wow.
We have Avatar Last Airbender, Disney Hamlet starring Donald Duck. Sure, because Donald Duck is now across Fantagraphics, IDW, and why not let Dark Horse have it too? Jesus Christ. Disney's Lion King.
That's a movie tie-in. That's for the movie.
Thank you. So I'm not going to talk about that. Eerie Archives, hell yes. I love that they continue that. That means I got a lot of catching up to do. Gantz Omnibus Volume 3, collecting Volume 7 through 9 of that series. It's dirty. It's got sex, blood, and violence. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Jess, that's a manga up your alley, my friend. Believe me. Yes, sir. It's women during their menstrual cycle turn into cats. You'll love it. You'll love it. This dumb bastard reads manga and he doesn't know it. Horror of Collier County. That chick ain't got no pants, so I'm going to click and make sure what's happening here. Look, it's Omnidog. That makes sense. He would be a sidekick to that chick. Yes,
sure.
I believe that. Sword Daughter, hardcover, Volume 2. I like that cover. Let me see, what is this? Anybody read Sword? Oh, it's Brian Wood.
Oh.
Same guy that did DMZ. He had an X-Men run. I like his stuff.
Inspired by Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, you had me at this. Viking Revenge Saga inspired by Lone Wolf. Has anybody read this? Volume 1 yet?
No idea. But I'm interested.
Looks now, awesome. This is one I'm definitely going to get.
Oh, yeah.
This is Stan Sakai's Usagi Yojimbo. Volume 8. Limited edition is the way to go for me. And I think Jess, I was thinking, wouldn't it be a bitch if, since they lost the license to Usagi, like they only printed like 25 limited edition copies? They're like, fuck it. Oh, the printer jammed. Oh, well, we won't print anymore, assholes.
Yeah, maybe it'll be worth $2,600 someday.
Maybe. And then there's also the trade paperback edition, which is nice. Whispering Dark. This is the trade paperback. No idea what this is, but I'm digging that cover. I like covers with moons, with skulls.
Skeletons on them, yeah.
I'm edgy like that. IDW Publishing. Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Newspaper Comics, 85 through 86. Hey, Jess, you? No? Probably not, no.
No.
Didn't think so. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Volume 22. This is a continuation of the original Marvel comics written by Larry Hama still. But he wrote them like last year. So it's pretty interesting. They did the same thing with Transformers, but for some reason Transformers didn't sell that well and got canceled. Superman Golden Age Newspaper Dailies. TMNT Color Classics. Nah. I like the classics. V-Wars Graphic Novel Collection. Anybody know what this is? V-Wars?
Something about vampires, I think.
soon to be a 10-episode series. Okay. I love when books get picked up like that. Batgirl, Volume 5. Now, is this an actual Volume 5, Geo, or is this a new Volume 5 of... This is Rebirth Volume 5, right?
Volume 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Batman White Knight, hardcover.
Oh, the new cover.
So, the soft cover came out first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Justice League Odyssey, trade paperback. The art looks amazing in this, and I've heard really good things about this.
That.
Okay, really?
We all need to get that book.
Really? What's got you interested? Azrael?
Yeah, sure. Plus teenager Darkseid, hanging out with Starfire and all those other guys. Hell yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
They're doing space stuff.
Interesting. Mr. Miracle hardcover. Yes.
I was gonna get it, but it's standard size, and I'm picky. So.
Thank you, Freddie Alonso. That's exactly what I was looking for. The Command F button, not Command and F.
I said Command F.
And F, yeah.
I was looking for the.
Did you think there was a button called Command F?
No, the things that are up top that don't appear on the Mac anymore. Those weird little buttons that a PC have that the Mac doesn't have anymore. You know what I'm talking about? What are those weird little buttons up at the very top where you hit them constantly to refresh for ISP?
The function buttons.
The function buttons. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Okay.
Don't fuck with me. I know what I'm doing.
I swear I'm laughing at the Ronin by Frank Miller trade paperback.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
It's funny because it's a new label.
Oh, it's a black
label. Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Nah. Suicide Squad. Yes, this is awesome. This finishes out Suicide Squad. Fuck yes. Final volume. Superman Rebirth Volume 4.
Oh, I'll get that.
I will be picking that up as well. Collecting. It doesn't have all of Action Comics 1000, but it has the Peter Tomasi stuff. Swamp Thing, Protector of the Green Essential Edition. Is this the Scott Snyder stuff? Yes, it is the Scott Snyder stuff.
I think so.
From New 52.
Yeah.
Teen Titans by Jeff Johns, Book 3. Great series. And here's the big one. Jess, is this 50% off tomorrow? Wonder Woman by Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang.
Wonder Woman.
Get that Command F going yet?
Where's the F button again? Yeah,
Jesus
it is 50% off.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
50% off, guys. Y'all heard that. And right now is a good time to remind everybody to hit that like button, please. Jess goes, look how much work Jess is putting into this video.
Yeah, man.
I just hit like.
He has to put little tape pieces on his colored tape on his keyboard. The man is a he's truly a gift to us. Amazing Spider-Man collection. Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection. Assassination. This has a lot of the Todd McFarlane stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is volume 20. I want to say 21, 22. What volume is this? It's right before the Cosmic Adventures, I believe. So it would be volume 19. 19. Yep. So also collected in the Spider-Man McFarlane Omnibus if you don't want to go that route. Captain Marvel, nope, not even going to talk about that.
No.
Stupid book. Immortal Hulk, we'll be picking up the hardcover, collecting the first one. First 10. League of Legends. Invincible Iron Man. Is this 50% off, Jess?
Yes, both of those are.
Okay, there you go. Star Wars Age of the Republic. Trade Paperback Heroes. Star Wars Han Solo. Imperial Cadet. And I will be picking this up. This finishes out The Mighty Thor by Jason Aaron until the Omnibus comes out.
Wait, can you hold on there? Okay, Generations The Unworthy Thor. So it's not the Unworthy Thor trade paperback that came out.
No, it is not. This is the Unworthy Thor Generations. You are correct when he teams up with Mighty Thor.
So we still have to get that trade for Unworthy?
Yeah.
Yep. Or just wait for the Omnibus. This is coming. We know it's coming.
That's not 50% off.
Thank you, Jess. You thief of joy. Jeepers Creepers, trade paperback, volume 1.
Creepers. Really?
The
comic book?
I guess. Then we have Boom Studios. We have Jim Henson's Labyrinth Coronation hardcover.
Oh wait, Jeremy Clark was raving about this book. Like it's by Cy Spurrier.
Yeah, same guy that did.
Exactly. He was raving about volume 1 and volume 2.
Well, here you go, Jess. Volume 2. Daniel Bayliss is the artist, and Fiona Staples is the cover artist.
Cool.
We all like Fiona Staples from Saga, Planet of the Apes, Before the Fall Omnibus. They lost me at trade paperback, but they had me at Omnibus.
Oh, I want to get that.
You want to get Ruin World?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a fan of the artist on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about it. What it looks like. What is that called? That bird game?
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has that style, and it's very cartoony, and it's more like a D&D style adventure with the fox swordsman. So I really want to check it out. Looks pretty cute.
There's not that much that's actually 50% off. Just Bitter Root, volume 1.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I lowered my screen too much with the Wonder Woman and the. Why does this not stay highlighted?
We should have Jess highlight his or share his screen. That would have been better.
Justice League Odyssey.
Ooh, yes.
The Invincible Iron Man books, and then Wonder Woman Omnibus. Those are the only ones that are 50% off.
Okay, thank you, Jess.
Yeah.
Then we have a lot of manga. This looks old school here. Blank canvas, so-called artist journey. Looks a little old school, up my alley. What else do we have? Anything here for you?
I don't recognize a lot of those books.
Oh, there's Imperium Deluxe.
Imperium
Lots of
Deluxe.
people are looking forward to that.
This was already delayed once, so this is
the complete series.
Yeah, 16 issues with more than 20 pages of rarely seen art and extras.
I'll be getting that to add to the Valiant collection I ignore.
I love your honesty, my friend.
Sure.
Let's see. On the Run in Ancient China has a hardcover and a softcover. Overlord, I've been hearing a lot of good things about that manga. Oh, here's one. Sailor Moon Eternal Edition with the color pages.
Nice.
And how much is $27.99? Thinking about upgrading my wife's. She's a huge Sailor Moon fan. The #1 best-selling manga and anime in Peru, where I am from, is Saint Seiya. You may know it as Knights of the Zodiac here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I know what it is.
You are a liar and you're going to hell. Silent Invasion. Michael Cherkas and Larry Hancock. Sorry, that looked familiar. And I wish we would get more of these hardcovers, Smurfs hardcovers, because I really like those. But they stopped at Anthology 6, so we haven't had any more of those. Wow, this looks pretty cool. What is this here? Zagor, the Alien Saga. That's why it looks familiar, because I picked up the first issue of Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, see? And a special Free Comic Book Day issue.
That writing team is all over the place with those names.
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm going to play that. And Zombie Tramp. Jess?
Is she menstruating?
Jess? I don't know. When I look at these titles, I just think of you. All right, and that is everything coming out tomorrow. Thank you for watching.
Nicely done.
All right,
where can we get those books, actually?
We can get those books at InStockTrades.com, where you can get them up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always an OmniBros code every quarter. I bet we're due for that soon, that add an extra discount code to that. Discount percentages, discount code, something like that. And over $50 in an order in the United States, you get free shipping. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you, Jess. That's so lovely. So, for me, Usagi Yojimbo, Superman Rebirth.
Yep.
Maybe Batman White Knight. I need to read that soft cover first and see if I really, really dig it and worth the upgrade. I'm still on the fence about Mr. Miracle, but since I gave away the trade, I'm probably going to pick it up. And definitely Suicide Squad Volume 8. That's a lot of DC for me right there. Not much Marvel either. Oh, no, Thor Volume 3.
Yeah, I'm getting Thor.
Thor.
There was another book I had an interest in. But so what about you, Jess? You said you're going to get Imperium.
I'm going to get Imperium and every book that you just said. Except I'm not Zombie Tramp. I'm going to get a few copies of Zombie Tramp, yeah.
I knew it.
I might check out Bitter Roots, and somebody, maybe it was Luis, said something about that. I'm not going to upgrade on Batman White Knight. I loved it, but I'm not going to upgrade on that. Usagi, I'm going to get Wonder Woman. Not going to downgrade from the absolutes.
Same.
Definitely going to get Thor Volume 3. Definitely going to get Superman Deluxe hardcover book 4. I have to pick up Ronin at some point.
It's a soft cover, man. You don't want that.
Right. I think I can get the deluxe for $20 from an IST competitor, since it doesn't pop up on IST.
What are you doing here, Jess? We had a good thing going.
Well, it's not in stock.
Joe Chip, I already own the Gantz standard edition, so I won't be picking those up. But if you don't own it, you should. And Jess, you should get it. You would love it. It's amazing. You want me to tell you the premise of Gantz, Jess?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, all right. Are you sitting down? Of course you are.
You want me to stand up?
No, don't, please. Just in case. Hey, our viewership just went up. Wow, that was amazing, Jess. So, the premise of Gantz is after you die, you are taken to this, let's call it purgatory, right? And you are sent on missions. A group of 6, or sometimes more, are sent on missions to kill, like, first it's aliens, and then it's like fantasy monsters, like from the old school MGM stuff, like the Mummy, Frankenstein. Then you're sent to kill ghosts and things like that, werewolves, and you acquire points for every mission that you accomplish. And then certain points can buy you, better weapons. You can and eventually what you want to do is buy your life back, right? If you get enough points, you can buy your life back and go back into the real world. Or if somebody dies on your team, you can bring them back too. So, like I said, lots of sex, lots of action, lots
sex
of
in the afterlife?
It wouldn't be an afterlife if there wasn't any, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, man, it's a really good book. I think you would dig it. You would get past the fact that you're reading it backwards, as you so call it. But I think it's a good book.
How many volumes is it? 99?
Oh, 37, I think. 37.
Yeah.
But the omnibuses are coming out, Jess. So there's only going to be like, I don't know. I'm not good at math.
15?
Yeah, sure, 15. Thank you. Who said that? That Gio?
Yeah, Gio said.
Wait a minute. That's not even good math, Gio. That's like 45 volumes.
Let me check.
But anyway, it's solid, I think.
No, wait, let me check. I think
it's less than that, Gio. But that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
We don't. This isn't Math Bros live.
Yeah.
Omar, do you read the Game of Thrones comics? I don't. I've read the first one. I reviewed it many years ago when it first came out. It just wasn't. I didn't dig it. I watched the show, like most everybody else.
My daughter is obsessed with that show. And when I mean obsessed, I mean obsessed.
Like she has a tattoo?
No. Not yet.
Gotcha.
She might, though. I'm about to delete the whole thing from my DVR. I'm not ready to commit 80 hours of my life to that show.
Oh, it's worth it, dude. It's some of the best television out there. In spite of how, most people feel about this latest season, it's still a lot better than most television.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else we got to talk about, guys? Is there anything else we needed to mention?
No. We have a few minutes if we want to open up the chat to questions, if you like.
Yeah, of course. Anybody got questions for Geo?
Yeah, Geo, answer some questions.
Sure. Are you guys getting the Wonder Woman Omnibus? I'm not, because I own the Absolutes and they are awesome. So
they are awesome. Yeah.
All right. Jess, what about you?
I'm sticking with the Absolutes.
Okay, I have the trades, and I'm not the biggest Cliff Chang fan, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't like Paper Girls?
Wow, no, you jumped to conclusions. No, I like Paper Girls.
Well, he's the artist.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm not the biggest fan, right? Like I'm not gonna upgrade my trades because his art. Like, I don't know. Absolutes to me the story has to mean something to me, or the art has to be amazing. Like, that's why I own Wildcats. God damn it! Or I find them like for $10 somewhere. Then yes, I will have it.
Oh, here's a good question you guys have thoughts on. I know both of you have thoughts on this. Thoughts on Marvel 1000?
Ugh.
Interesting concept. One we've seen before with like what was that thing? X-Men Heroes for Hope, where you had people like you had Stephen King, you had Harlan Ellison, you had all these famous authors come in and write, 1 or 2 pages of this X-Men comic, and all donations. This is back when they used to donate money. Now I think it's just an event, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's just Marvel 1000.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting concept. Been there before, and sure, I'll check it out.
And
I was excited when they unveiled all the teams. I was like, oh my god, look at all this creative talent that's coming to Marvel. Oh, it's just for 1 page. Okay.
For 1 page each.
Yeah. They made such a big announcement too, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Al Ewing is the one that's orchestrating the whole thing. I'd like his writing, so I will read it, but I'm like, do we really need it? I don't know.
So it sounds like pretty lukewarm feelings on it.
I mean, technically, we don't have a 1000 issue of Marvel because there's so many titles, but whatever.
Oh, come on. They're just trying to catch up with DC.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a pissing contest. Action Comics 1000, we'll show you, cocksuckers.
We got Marvel 1000.
What? You canceled that title like in the 30s. Quit trying to catch up now. It doesn't count. There were no Marvel comics. You're right. Or Timely comics, whatever the hell they were at the time. Jess, you would probably be the only one that Cemetery Beach? That you?
No, I don't know what it is.
Okay. I don't either. So somebody was asking. Can't wait for the... Yeah. Somebody's asking if we heard or have read.
I know that's a real beach, but I've never read it.
Okay. Well, Chris M has read it.
Thank you, Surya Swarop, for the congrats on the call out on the podcast with Tom King. Thank you. That was fun.
Yes, Jess is our celebrity. He's going to be signing autographs after this episode.
Right. Yeah.
Signing copies of Nightfall and Batman book by Kevin Smith. Have any of us checked out Euro Comics by IDW? Is that a line that they were starting? Or is that just European comics in general? Yes?
Euro Comics.
I'll look to you for a lot of these questions.
I actually don't know. Is that the thing that Mark Waid was going to be doing?
Are you asking me?
Well, I
asked you first.
Well, that's a good point.
What are you doing here? You're embarrassing the show. I told you before the damn show started. If you know the answer, you fucking bullshit, and you pretend to know.
That's right. Yeah, we checked out Euro Comics by IDW, and we thought it was an interesting concept.
That's right. Between Jess, Gio, and I, we know everything.
Hell yeah.
Just how fast Google can go. But I did type
Sanitary
in
Beach
Euro
sounds pretty
comics
interesting.
in
Humanoids Hero Universe. That's what Chase Chu is pointing out. Mark Waid has the Humanoids thing going. That's right.
Oh, and that's still not out though, right?
Correct. IDW translates Euro comics into English.
Oh yes, Corto Maltese, right? They've done that, which I've yet to check out because I was waiting for the hardcovers and I was lied to. They are not coming out anymore. But I check in some of these. These look pretty. Some of these look pretty cool.
Omnidog, what is your favorite comic about magic in the story? I think upcoming is going to be Greg Rucka's Black Magic. I loved that when it first came out in 2016. I've been waiting forever for it to come out, and it's still not going to be finished, I don't think. I think it's only paperbacks 1 and 2, but I loved that story. I was in the hospital. I was way high on painkillers when I read the first trade paperback, so that could color my opinion. But I really loved it. So I am anxiously awaiting for it to come out in hardcover.
Nicola Scott, right?
Yeah, Nicola Scott's the artist, and it was two perfect artists and writers coming together, just making a brilliant book. I loved it.
May 22nd comes out.
May 22nd. Okay, that's next week.
Yep.
Right?
And
you're good
Saga,
with that, my friend.
Saga Volume 3 is also coming out that day.
Ooh.
What about the Moon book? The Moon by J.M. DeMatteis. I didn't see it here.
Moon Shadow?
Moon Shadow, yeah. It was supposed to come out this week. Was it pushed
Moon
back to
Shadow
next
comes
week?
out June 12th.
Liars. Postponed it.
Yeah.
I'm okay. That cover had me. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck the story's about, but I like creepy moons.
Also in May we got Wayward, third hardcover.
Oh, wow. That's a good book. I love that book.
Have you guys read Birthright?
I have not.
I have.
Are you a fan of Birthright?
I've only read the first trade and I thought it was pretty interesting.
Okay.
I liked it.
There's no hardcover available,
sort of,
right? It's just soft cover trades.
Yeah, just soft cover.
We had reviewed Lake of Fire and I hyped it up so much. Somebody was like, "You got to read Birthright." I fucking love Lake of Fire. Did you order it, Jess?
It's on my order wish list for this week.
Hope you enjoy it, my friend. It's pretty badass. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Birthright went on too long for me. Birthright is great, so we got some mixed feelings. Read Birthright, but fell off around 20s. Okay. Have you guys checked out Hexed?
Yeah, I read Hexed. It's awesome.
You liked it, okay.
I loved it.
I haven't read it.
Is that about like supernatural stuff?
Yeah.
So Greg Rucka's Stumptown has been picked up.
Ooh, I'm interested.
Isn't that the one with what's her name? Maria Hill? She's been casted as one of the characters.
Oh yeah.
Amanda keeps me up to date with this stuff. I sometimes I just
Kobe whatever.
Smolder.
Kobe Maguire. Kobe Smolder. Yes.
Smolder,
thank you,
yeah.
Jess. Good job.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that Hexed book is awesome. I need it.
Yeah, it's great.
Got Emma Rios.
Yeah, wait for the
Dan
omnibus.
Mora.
Yeah, it's got a couple of trades that are out of print, so when it gets to the Omni, that's when you need to get it.
Who's the publisher?
I'd have to walk over to where it is. It's somebody.
Boom Studios.
Boom.
Boom. Okay. Cool.
Comes
All right.
out
You pique my interest, guys. Or
June 19th.
June 19th.
You'll want to get it. It's really good.
Will it be paperback omnibus or will it be a hardcover omnibus?
It would be a trade paperback omnibus because it's only 16 issues.
Okay.
It's still great.
I'll take it. I'm surprised that what's it called? Aspire wasn't in hardcover. How did they not release this in oversized hardcover?
And Dan Mora did the cover, and it looks amazing.
Dan Mora is an amazing artist who is currently working on Buffy, right? And I'm sure he'll be going in after 2 or 3 issues.
Yeah. There was another book I was after in May. What was it?
Oh, damn. Somebody said May was a heavy month for books, and they were right. Next week is going to be a crusher.
That someone was me.
Well, you were right, Omar, as usual.
Oh, what was that? One more time.
Gio was right.
Damn it. I was going to timestamp that.
Well, just scroll back a little.
And play it in an endless loop.
All right. Wayward, Black Magic, Saga. And I'm also getting that Superman book. Yeah, May is pretty hectic.
What Superman book?
The one we talked about. Yeah, the Rebirth, Volume 4.
Okay.
Oh, you're getting it next week?
Maybe. I don't know. But after that, I'm done with Superman. I do not care about Bendis Superman.
Okay.
I read his, was it Action Comics or the Man of Steel 6 issues, and then I read some of his Action Comics, and I give it a shot. But I stopped. It's just not for me. But I'm sure people still find it, pretty good. So, and God knows where the collected editions are going from here, as far as DC's concerned, because I don't even know if they know.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna do regular hardcovers.
Standard hardcovers? Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that really bums me out. Those oversized deluxes are super nice.
Absolutely. They should have continued that and, forget omnibuses for the Rebirth line for a while and just give us these hardcovers because they're amazing. But we are not in charge of DC collected editions. So.
Or even our own lives.
Exactly.
I barely am in control of that. Does the Monstrous hardcover come out in May or June? I think it's June, isn't it?
July.
Thank you, Gio. Man of many answers, see?
I'm looking at the cap. July 3rd. Collecting 18 issues in hardcover.
Okay, well, somebody's saying Monsters is the 25th of June. So
that ballpark.
Yeah, summer. It's a summer book.
Okay. That's a good safe answer. I like that. You got 3 months of a span there to be the summer book. Sometime in this fucking summer. It'll be out.
Monstrous is very manga-ish, by the way.
That art, man. That art, for sure. In the way that it's written, too.
Yep.
I love that book.
This idiot has been reading manga.
Exactly. You've been getting into manga slowly but surely.
Damn it, Jess.
Ooh, Authority Omni. Can't wait for that.
I'm passing.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Dude, it doesn't have the fucking JLA versus aliens. Where like 3/4 of the Stormwatch team gets killed.
I've got the floppies, so it's fine.
This is Omnibroslive, not Omnibro plus one floppy live.
It will be when that comes out. Are you talking about the Wildcats versus Aliens floppy or whatever that needs to be?
It was Justice League versus Aliens, but the Wildcats were in it. It was a crossover event, but Stormwatch got wiped out in that crossover event, or maybe it was Wildcats versus.
You're talking about.
Let me see. And we never saw Jess again.
This issue.
Let me see.
This issue?
That's it. Yes. So it was Wildcats versus Aliens. You are correct, sir. Yeah. So Storm, the team that
which is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, to kill off a team that's not even on the cover. Yeah, and then the remaining team members join the Authority when they relaunch it.
And you have to have that issue, or it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it makes sense. You can just, fill in the blanks. Oh, these guys got killed. Okay, cool. Whatever. Moving on.
That's how I read my X-Men comics.
You're a sinner. Can you read the Darkness Compendium Volume 2 without reading Compendium Volume 1? Because that is way out of print.
No idea. I'm sorry.
I have read half of 1. And I don't know. Maybe that one was Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis started one. It's Garth Ennis, Mark Silvestri, then what was it, Blad? I think David Finch even did some of that stuff.
Yep.
Maybe the no deluxe editions means less time between trade paperbacks and omnibuses. Yes, if people at DC had logical employees that knew what the masses wanted. Don't worry. I'm going to sell you a trade paperback of Ronin, Black Label edition.
Yep. And we're getting Final Crisis again.
Yeah, they removed the 10th anniversary from.
Yep. No idea why, but
was there a misprint on the book that we didn't know about?
My theory is that they're going to take off the anniversary label, and it's going to be Final Crisis Omnibus. That's it. That's my theory.
That's ridiculous. I will buy your dust jacket from you, Jess, when you get it.
I am not getting that.
You're going to get it just for that dust jacket. What are the chances of a Spider-Man JMS Omnibus Volume 2? That is a good question from the Uncanny Durley. Like that name. Uncanny Omar. Shout out to you. Because it's Marvel. And damn it, if we have the Clone Saga Volume 1 and 2, they got to give us JMS's Volume 2. However, I don't know how it's going to be mapped. I think it will have all of the other. That's about the one crossover that I know will probably have all of. I doubt it will have all of Civil War, and I doubt it will have 75% of Back in Black. But it will have all of One More Day.
Yay.
First time ever collected in an oversized format.
The most hated Spider-Man story ever.
Actually, this also contains one of the most hated Spider-Man stories ever.
Yeah, true.
Which is what?
Since Past.
Since Past. It's no.
A lot of people dropped Spider-Man when that story came out.
Yep.
I think more people dropped Spider-Man when One More Day came out, though. Weird, right?
I lose credibility when I say, "Oh, you should read JMS Spider-Man," and then I'm reminded of, "Hey, there's 2 horrible stories in there." So, but the rest of that stuff is good.
It's that thing, though. They're so good. Like JMS's Spider-Man is solid. It's a great read. It's a great jumping on point.
Yep.
I love the idea of adding this new mythos to it, like the Spider Totem and all that. Like I think it's great, but
was that fight?
This also ends with one of the worst retcons I've ever seen in comic books, and I've seen my share of retcons in Uncanny. As much as Trial of Gambit is nothing compared to this.
This Trial of Gambit.
That's a joke compared to what happens in this. If you've never read it, holy shit! Like what? Even new readers that have just watched the movies are like, that doesn't make any sense. But whatever.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for tonight. The chat was great, as usual. That is one thing I've noticed. We have a great chat.
It's a great audience. We love them.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah, you guys are always great. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry Nash Villains wasn't in the chat tonight to get his props. But we love the chat. We love IST. We love each other. Of course we do. And the Uncanny Omar, Near Mint Condition. Where can we find you? Like tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, we are on live at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Old reader, new readers. We are talking about the death of Superman. The big event that kicked off a lot of the 90s, I guess, big change-ups in the lineups of the DC universe. So, the death of Superman. For the first time, Maddie and Amanda get to read it, and me for probably the 10th, 11th time. I don't know how many times I've read that story. So,
a classic.
It is a classic. It is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
And the amazing Geo, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Oh, I like that. You can find me at A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, manga, comic books, and everything else in between. Just type A Week in Geekdom, and I'm probably there.
Yes, he covers everything in pop culture.
What about you, Jess? Where can people find you, Omnidog?
You can find me and my early Alzheimer's and Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram, if I remember to post there.
You know what you should do? I meant to tell you this off screen, but fuck it, I'll do it now. You should post the exact same video that you had already posted 2 days ago. People be like, wait a minute, maybe Jess is a little off. Like re-record everything, like it's brand new to you, like whatever you were doing.
Oh my gosh, that would be great. Okay, for the boys and myself, I say thank you to the chat. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe, and peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night, everybody.